Did you see them? The young women in this photo. How many were they? How old were they? Were they outdoors? Or inside somewhere? What country might they be from? Did they know they were being photographed? Did they want to be photographed? Was there a man there with them? Two, maybe. Was there a gun? A rifle? Who took the picture? What did you see? And what did you not see? 71 years ago, in 1944, coincidentally the year my father was born close to Hiroshima in Japan, I imagined following three scenarios happening at the same time, a few thousand kilometers apart. One in Japan, one in Korea, one in Java, an island of what was then known as the Dutch East Indies and is now Indonesia. All three scenarios center around a piece of cloth and thread that passes hands and traverses time. Two are textile keepsakes for comfort, but also now tokens of forensic historiography. In February 1944, in Japan, a woman stands by a train station exit and asks female passers-by to sew a stitch in the senninbari, a long piece of embroidered fabric worn around the waist, that she is making for her youngest son, who is about to go to war in the Japanese colonies to fight for the emperor. Here are examples of what senninbaris look like. The front and the back. 1,000 small knots, so-called French knot stitches, each tied by a different woman, each conveying its maker's protective wishes for the soldier in war. This is how you tie a French knot stitch. It looks like a small knot. Many of these little knots form a dot matrix on the fabric, a binary code, and could form pictures. In February 1944, in Korea, then under Japanese occupation, a young girl, maybe 16 or 17 years old, is cutting off her hair and binding her breasts with a long piece of fabric given to her by an aunt. She is trying to look like a young boy, or at least to look ugly. She is hiding from the Japanese soldiers. The pretty girls, she heard, are kidnapped and forced to work in Japanese military brothels, so-called comfort stations. The official name for these girls is comfort women, and in the military administration they fall under the category of military supplies. This is how you make a split stitch. With this stitch you can embroider very fine lines. In February 1944, in Java, at an internment camp for Dutch women and children, the prettiest teenage girls and young women are selected by Japanese soldiers. Jan O'Hearn, 21, is one of the young women picked out from among the prisoners and taken to a military brothel, where they will be kept as sex slaves until the end of the war. As they were being taken from the camp, the other female inmates tried to pass small gifts to the chosen girls. Jan O'Hearn received this handkerchief, which was subsequently embroidered with the signature of the 7 girls she shared her plight with in that house. It is a curious thing to think about the spectrum of visibility, fading in and out, in the context of the so-called comfort women. Visibility, invisibility, unseeing, not seeing, being unseen, disappearing, becoming visible, becoming invisible. Look at these pictures. These women, it seems, are shrinking. They don't want to be seen. They don't want to be taken pictures of. They want to disappear. Who took the pictures? Sometimes the soldiers next to the women are laughing at the camera. Were these pictures taken by the torturers? If so, this is the gaze of the predator that we see, the captor seeing his prey. We see through his eyes. In Seoul, in Korea, A strange face-to-face of a statue and a building is happening. The statue makes itself seen and waits, as the building it faces closes its eyes. Every Wednesday without fail since 1992, former Korean comfort women and their supporters hold protests outside the Japanese embassy. Every Wednesday, the blinds of the Japanese embassy facing the statue and the protesters are drawn shut. Sometimes visibility depends on the will of the observer to see. You can be visible, but yet not seen.